I'm the surrogate daughter
Yeah.
who benefited so much from your surrogate journey. And it's like if you actually are lucky and you actually do get that connection and bond with that family, then it's like boom.
This is surrogacy.
Yeah.
This is what it is. You can have these relationships decades later. People fly across the country to come and support you because what you did for them and how close your families are.
Hi, everybody. Welcome back to Stop.Sit.Surrogate with Kennedy and Ellen.
Hey, everyone.
Surprise! We, Mom, what do we do?
We're on the Jennifer Hudson Show.
You're on the Jennifer Hudson Show. So fun. Um, that happened real quick.
Real quick.
Yeah, there was like, it was real fast. I mean, well, kind of fast, right? Because I wrote into them. Well, how it came about, right, is I
Yeah.
wrote into them.
We each wrote into different shows, and they're the only one who picked it up. Like,
Well,
looked
yeah,
at,
but
yeah.
yes, but I wrote into them in May.
That long ago?
Yeah.
I didn't
Yeah.
realize it
And
was
then
that
I
long
think
ago.
you were like, oh, I'm gonna write into other shows. And I was like, well, I've already written into these three. So, and then you wrote into other ones. But so in May, and then they contacted us in the summer and they were like, hey, really liked your story. Like I wrote them a letter. I was like, we're who we are. And then they're like, we really like your story. We'd like to talk more. And then because they were taking a summer break, things got quiet. And then things like sped up like that, like immediately, like what, beginning of October, it was like boom, 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 like here you go, all the things. So it was pretty interesting. How did you feel when?
I honestly didn't think it was going to come to
I
fruition
know,
because
me
it
either.
just seemed to be a little Mickey Mouse, not Mickey Mousey, but just like, hey, this is cool. We want to talk. And then, can you do this? Can you do? And I just thought this is going nowhere. They're just stringing us along. And then, boom, it was go, 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 go. I was like, oh, okay. Yeah. So finding outfits, I think, was the hardest thing. Yeah.
Yeah, well, okay,
Yeah.
so the outfits for me wasn't the hard thing, it was the question. Was
Was
the
it
questions. Mom, we spent 5 hours going over these. Like, we
kind
spent
of?
that whole day just like practicing and practicing and practicing and
I,
practicing.
I thought we pretty much hit them, what they
No, no,
wanted us to
we
hit.
we
Yeah.
did
Yeah. But
eventually.
thank God we got them because had I just been ad-libbing up, I don't think I could have done it. I needed something to go off of. I know mine weren't exactly as we practiced, but I needed something as a reference point, right?
Yeah, well, just because they had to be so concise and within like a certain time span. Like, I didn't come up with the extra early childcare. I explained, oh, it's like if you can compensate a nanny, then why
Mhm.
can't you compensate somebody like pre-birth side? And so, or pre-earth side. And so then they were like, well, we got to cut this down, not have it be so wordy. And so I was like, okay, sure. Like we'll say that. Like that's basically getting the point
Right.
across without me going into like massive depths.
Exactly. And we were told that the whole segment was maybe 5.5 minutes, and they wanted to cover 5 to 6 questions. So that really kind of went, oh crap, we have this is fast. And so yeah, I'm thank God they spent time with us and said this is the points we want to hit. You can kind of do what you need to do, but can we
Mhm.
hit these points? And then we had a helper.
Yeah.
We had a
Oh,
helper.
Amanda.
Yeah. My daughter, her sister, had a helper. Thank God she took notes. And then when the producers walked out of the room, we were able to kind of go over it in a little bit more of a relaxed setting because I was just super nervous when they were in there. Uh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, it was just like like I was just like, oh no, I don't want to disappoint. I don't want to
Right.
say the wrong thing. I also want to make sure that I'm saying what they're saying to say because Jennifer is expecting like answers that are in a specific order. Like so it was just your mind's just going like 10,000 miles per minute because you're like, wait, did you say that word? And then it was like, as we practice, we're like, Make it sound like us. Like,
Us. Yeah.
like we're
And
good." Yeah.
and everybody processes differently, right? Like I
Yeah.
say this all the time. Some people need to be tactile, some people need to see, some people need to hear it. I'm
Mhm.
a person who literally needs to see it. And
Same.
when Amanda put it on her phone,
Hmm.
I immediately was like, okay,
Yeah.
that word goes here. Okay. And I was able to process a little bit better rather than putting it to memory because my memory's not that great.
Same.
So it was very, very helpful. So I give them big kudos for spending that much time with us. Really, I
Oh,
do. Yeah.
it was just crazy. Like the amount of communication and the amount like and like the kindness. Like it was so wild. Like
It's so professional.
it was just wild. Like to then I mean, because we had a Zoom with them the
Mhm.
Thursday before,
Mhm.
right? And
Right.
so before we went
We
in.
taped. Yeah.
Yeah, and they went over all the questions and they were
Yeah.
like, "Hey, like these are how we're gonna do it. Read the letter together."
Yeah.
Um,
We did that
all
ahead of time and they taped
yes.
that. Yeah, we did that
Yeah,
ahead of
yeah,
time.
yeah. But
Mhm.
and then from there, then we had to like rush and get outfits, which I
Yeah.
know was really hard for you because I was with
It
you.
it was a little tough. Like I usually like to just kind of ponder and I just bought stuff that uh, they made us take three outfits because they wanted choices. And okay, I bought three new outfits. Like I had some pants, but the shirts. And so
Mhm.
all of that's going back because I really don't need it. And I didn't take the tags off. So
Really? You're gonna send back your cute blue top?
no, my blue top's
Oh, okay.
staying. Blue
Okay.
top's staying. Yeah. Yeah. That was that good. It looked good. So I
It did. And
yeah.
we matched our logo colors.
I'm not sure that was intentional because I didn't even realize it until I saw the picture.
I'm just
And I'm
gonna
like,
say it was intentional, but like I noticed it on the day of. I said it to Amanda. I was like,
okay.
we're matching our logo colors. She's like, I know, I just didn't want to say anything. And I was like,
I,
okay. Like
I
it's
was
kind of
oblivious,
cute.
completely oblivious because it wasn't planned that way.
No.
Wasn't. I had something berryish on my shirt. I had a pink shirt. And when we
Hmm.
sent it in, they were like, no, blue for Ellen, lilac for Kennedy. Like they
Hmm.
chose. It was like, okay,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
okay, we're good.
Perfectly
Yeah.
fine with it. Yeah. And then my son Ashton, you know, they don't on their website, and it's very strict. Like they don't allow
Very.
14 and under to be there, to be in the audience, things like that. And so I just kindly asked him, was like, is there any chance that he could either come and stay backstage with us, or is there a chance that he could sit with my husband and the family in the audience? And they're like, let us see what we can do. And they were so nice
So
and
nice.
so accommodating. And
And do you know why I think they were? Number one, because of who your son is, and he is very mature for his age.
yes,
But number two, this turned out to be a family.
yeah,
Yeah. And I
no, for
think they
sure.
wanted it. They
Yeah,
wanted him to be part of the family. Yeah.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Which he
No,
is. He's a huge
yeah, yeah,
part of the
yeah.
family. Yeah.
He is. And it was very,
It was
it was a
cool.
wild ride.
I think he had fun.
He had
Did
the
he?
most fun.
Okay.
We like recorded it on his phone the other day so that way
Oh,
he could take it in because he's like, I went to school and none of my friends believed me. I'm like, well, none of your friends watch
yeah.
Jennifer Hudson Hunt, so like they're
Yeah.
fine. They're like
Right.
8. And he's like, no, I
Yeah.
gotta take it in. So he takes it in and then I pick him up after school yesterday and he's like, oh my gosh, like the moment he never talks on the way home. And he was like, oh my gosh, mom, as soon as he opens the door. So like I showed all my friends, they finally believed me and they were like, dude, you're famous. This is so cool. Oh my gosh. And I was just like, okay, you're such a dork, but I mean, live your
It's
best 8-year-old life.
big deal to an 8-year-old.
No, I know.
They
Well,
don't know
he was more
people.
stoked at the fact that he got to go to the Warner Brothers lot where Bugs
Yes.
Bunny lives.
Yes. He was very excited about that.
So
Yeah.
stoked.
It was super cute.
The
Hmm.
biggest flex for an 8-year-old.
So, so what did you feel like when we were walking on the lot? Like we were picked up by producers, like we had to park across the street. We walked
Mhm.
across, and then we went in, and we were on the lot, and we
Yeah.
went to our stage, stage three, I think it was.
Mhm.
What was going through your head?
Nothing. Like I was literally,
Nothing.
I told Lakim this too. I was like, on the, because we had to drive to you guys and then we had
Yeah,
to
yeah.
drive to LA. So it was a lot
That
of
was
driving
long.
that morning.
That was
And
long.
he's like, so are you nervous? I'm like, honestly, right now I have to focus on getting to Orange County. Then I have to focus on getting to LA. Then I have to focus on parking. Then I have
Yeah.
like, I was like, nope, what's the next step? What's
You
the
were just
next? Because I knew if I like
compartmentalizing.
went too far ahead, I
Yeah.
was gonna psych myself out and be
Right.
like, nope,
Yep.
you're overworking yourself for like
Yep.
nothing, like, you know, exaggerate.
I
Yeah.
I was just in awe that like we opened the door and we walked on this soundstage and we walked behind and we saw the pictures on the wall and we
And we
saw her
saw the
set.
spirit line.
We did see the spirit line. And then we saw the pictures on the walls. And then they took us into this room that had our name on the wall, like
Didn't
on the
even notice
door.
that. We
Didn't
didn't
either.
even notice that.
I
Dad
had
came
no
back and
clue.
was like, you guys, your name is here. And we're like, oh,
Yeah. And then you walk into the room
Hmm.
and it's bigger than, oh, I don't know,
Oh
half
my
my
God.
house. Like
No, it was huge. It was like as big as a living room.
it was
Mhm.
big. It had two big couches. It had chairs. It had a big mirror for makeup. It had its own bathroom. It had a snack area. It had a little refrigerator. I was like, what is this? Yeah. I was very impressed that we weren't just stuck like in a little closet. Because that's really what I was thinking. Sit somewhere on a
Yeah.
bench and wait,
Yeah,
you know?
like in the movie things where it's like super tight. I got like
Yeah.
things like that. Yeah. But
Yeah.
I was really thankful that they let, Amanda, my sister, dad, my
Yep.
husband, and my
Mhm.
son all come like into this room. It was a big enough room to fit us, but
Yeah.
like I was just shocked. I mean, and then Ash just like watched t because there were two
Yeah.
TVs. He just like watched things on the
Yeah.
TV. He could care
Yeah.
less at the moment. Like that's fine, whatever.
And drank some cokes and had some snacks.
Yeah,
It was
living
just, but it was a
living your
way
best life.
nicer environment for them to hang out in than the benches outside because there's benches off the lot that you wait on
Yeah.
until the audience comes
Which
in.
is what we thought because those were under the
Mhm.
parking structure that they were
Right.
gonna just chill there, and then they came over and they're like, "No, this is family. Like you can." And I was like, "Oh my God, that's
Very
really
nice.
nice.
It was super nice.
It was
Yeah.
very
And I
nice."
think I think where the nerves hit me, and I'll let you tell us where the nerves hit you, but when they started practicing the questions with us, that's where my nerves hit me. I'm like, oh, wait, okay, it's real. Like, because right? Because you don't think
Yeah,
it's real.
yeah. My,
That's where my
my
nerves hit.
my nerve. I don't know if I would say like the nerves hit me to like go out and talk to Jennifer at that
Uh-uh.
time. I had
Yeah.
nerves to be like, hit the points,
Get
say it
get it
right.
right. Yeah.
Like, yeah, like say that word. Make sure
Do
I
it
was like, we were stuck on saying certain words, and Amanda's like, stop.
right.
You're ridiculous. Say
She
your
did
words.
say
And
it
it's like,
right.
okay. And even the producer was like, no, say your words. And it's like, I know, but the way that you said, like, I'm just trying to like appease and make it sound appropriate.
And
So,
get our point across and do it justice because this is a once in a
yeah,
lifetime opportunity and we wanted to
a lot of
represent,
pressure.
yeah,
I
the
don't know
right
if you
way.
felt that, but I have,
No,
I've ever since
100%.
they were like, yeah, come on, I was like, oh crap, what
100%.
did we just do? This is a lot of pressure, but in a good
Right.
way, but a lot of, like, I didn't want to say the wrong thing.
Right. Agreed. Agreed. And I don't think either one of us did.
No, I
We
think
hit
we
the
were,
points
we were
that
pretty
needed to be
lucky.
hit. Yeah. Yeah. No, we hit the points that needed to be hit. And we didn't talk over each other, which sometimes on this podcast we do, but I think I knew your stopping and starting points and I think you knew mine. Yeah, I
Yeah,
know.
we practiced that quite a
Yeah.
bit.
So it's like, okay, we got it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, but no, for me, like when we were, because like then we walked out, right? And
Back
like,
right there at backstage, right before we walked on.
yes, right where like she like starts, because when she says like, oh, and we're gonna welcome two people from Murrieta, California, like you can hear that, like you're standing right behind her big screen
Yep.
and you can see it playing, and like they're like doing the touches of makeup and
Yep.
hair, and I'm just
Yep.
like, which way do I look, which way do I
Right.
go, oh my God, am I
Right.
gonna trip, am I gonna pull
Right.
miscongeniality and fall on my face, like
Right.
it was just, and then it was
Right.
like, do you wave, do you not wave? I see people
Right.
wave all the
Right.
time, maybe I
Right.
do wave, so I was like, you know what, I'll wave to my husband, like
Yeah.
that's, he's the only one in the audience, like it was just like, okay, that's when it got nervous.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's funny because like him even said it. He's like, I heard you take a breath and I was so proud of you. And I was like, yeah, I did. And you can hear it in the interview because I was shaking and I was like,
Which question? Do you remember? I'll
oh,
watch
I
it
think it
again.
was the
You,
oh,
history?
it
The
was when,
history
yeah, the history, like when I like when it was around for centuries or whatever.
and
And
take
then
a
I
little
was
breath.
like,
Yeah.
Kennedy, calm the F down. Like you're
Yeah.
fine.
And I think what calmed my nerves was first it elevated the nerves, but we were backstage and we started to listen to the letter being written that we taped. And they start flashing all those pictures. And we could see the pictures on the monitor where we were in the
Yeah,
back,
yeah, yeah,
right
yeah.
there. I got so emotional and I'm
I
like, oh my
know.
God, what is happening? I think it just rushed back that, you know what? Yeah, I did do this 20 some years ago. We don't talk about me a lot because mine was, in our podcast because it's all about
Hmm.
what's happening now. But these kids are 22. And I was like, oh my God.
22.
And I started to get a little emotional and we walked out and I didn't have time to like, like
Pull yourself
reel,
together.
reel it in.
It's
And,
okay.
and she was so sweet when she
She's so sweet.
happy to meet you, like type of thing. She goes, you're so emotional. And I was like, I am. I. That
Yeah.
just put me at ease. And I'm like, oh, we got this. We just talk.
Yeah.
We're fine. We're fine. Yeah.
No, she was so sweet.
Oh, so sweet.
She was so loved and she smelled so good. I
Like
don't know
she
if you
was
smelled it. Like when I hugged her, I was like,
genuinely,
you smell so delicious.
she was
Like,
genuinely interested in what we had to say about it. Like she wanted the education on surrogacy. You could
well, yeah,
genuinely
because
feel
the
that.
producer before, when we were
Yeah.
backstage, when we were practicing, they were like, oh, when we were explaining to Jennifer, she had no idea what any of this was. Like, she didn't know about it. Like, her friends have done it, but like, she never really like understood it like on a deeper, like on a more personal level in a sense. And so that was pretty interesting.
It was. And she was engaged,
Hmm.
like engaged,
I
which
do envy her because she had cue cards behind my head, and I was
she did.
like,
She did.
I would love some cue cards.
She did. Yep.
Like, I would have loved to have read this
Yeah.
behind you.
But I think she saw those cue cards ahead of time because I think
No, for sure she did.
and she just kind of, and then right back to eye contact with you. Like she knew exactly, and she just needed the cue, and boom, right back. I was like,
Yeah.
look, she is.
Hmm.
It was, it was so well done, and she does it every day, and I get it. But for us, it was
Totally.
brand new,
Yeah.
and it was a new experience, and I was like, wow, this is like so professional. This,
I want to work on her set. Like I want my background to be as pretty as hers. Like I'm like, oh, I need to like paint this again, but I don't want to because it's a pain in the butt. But I'm just
put
like,
put some flowers or a
yeah,
plant.
like I'll take flake flowers. I don't care. Like
Yeah,
make it
yeah,
pretty.
it's cute. It's really fun. Yeah.
Yeah.
Um,
And then before we hop into the really exciting part, but I got to meet Andy.
she did. I didn't get to
I
see that, but I
I
was hoping
literally
it
was
happened.
holding back tears of happiness. She like pulled the producer pulled me. She's like, "Here's Andy," and I was like, "Oh my God, thank you so much for I adore you. I've watched you for like 14 years. I know that you were on Ellen. I know that like she like I didn't say this, but like obviously like she kind of picked on him or maybe made
Yeah.
fun of him, but I don't know if they're actually friends. But like I've always adored Andy, and like literally when we were sitting backstage, I was like, is Andy?"
Nope.
She's like,
She
"Yeah,
did
why?" And
that.
I was like, I love him, and I would like to
Mm.
meet."
Yep.
She's like,
She
oh,
did
okay.
say that. Yep. And
Yeah.
they made it happen.
They
And
made it.
who took the picture? Because I wasn't watching. Was it the producer?
Keaton, the
Okay.
producer.
Producer. Okay. She took it.
Hmm.
It's a good picture.
Yeah.
It's a good picture.
Super nice. I know. But
Cute.
anyway, so um now
Yeah.
I did say backstage, I was like, because when we were backstage, they're like, okay, so like we're gonna keep the segment to like 5.5 minutes.
Yeah.
And then Jennifer's gonna ask if you guys can stay around. And then we'll come back for segment two where you guys will ask questions. So where the audience will ask questions and
Yeah.
you guys will answer.
I
And
freaked out when she said that. I freaked out.
is that
I'm
what
like,
your face was? Because you made a face and me and Amanda and Dad made a face and the three of us were thinking the same thing. So clearly you weren't.
when she said the audience was going to stand up because the audience stood up in the beginning during her agenda and said stuff. Remember they said, you're crazy. So it was a saying.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Like
Okay.
call me
So
crazy butt or
so
whatever.
she has audience members stand up. So now she was going to have audience members ask us questions, and I'm sure that they would have fielded the questions. But I was like, oh no, we have to answer cold. Like I don't get to know what the question is, and they're like, Kennedy, you're going to go first question. Ellen, you're going to go second. I'm like, well, what if I know the first one and she knows the second one better? Like it started to just mess with me, and I
Oh,
said,
okay.
don't think about it, Ellen. Just wait till that happens. Get through the first part. That's where I went. Where did you all go?
That's hilarious because you made a face and your face was like, I don't believe you. Like it was more like a
No, it was like
concerned,
I'm
like,
in
this
freaking
is
shock.
ridiculous. Yeah, yeah,
Yes.
yeah. But me and Amanda locked eyes and were like, I don't know. Because we watch talk shows all the time. Never once have I seen
Okay.
anybody be like, oh, okay, we're
Hmm.
gonna ask questions from the audience. I mean, maybe a couple times. But
Okay. Okay.
I
So
was
did you guys get an inkling that maybe something else was
I said it
happening?
to you backstage.
You all said something about, I
Yeah, we
think
were
there might
like,
be
oh my
something else.
gosh, watch, it's the triplets. Watch, they're here, or they zoom them in, or something like that. And you were
Right.
like, no, absolutely not. And then we started to freak you out. And
You
then we were
did.
like,
Like,
instant
do not,
regret, shouldn't have said
do
it.
not tell me that. And why would three kids in college and two parents who are all over the country, they're not in the same state,
Hmm.
stop their schedules to come in? And why would a show pay that expense to have them come in? So immediately I was like, if somebody's here, it's probably Ben because Ben lives in the state.
Yeah.
Okay. And I thought, oh, maybe they'll bring me in. They'll have like a message from the dads. They're like, hey,
I
I'm
thought
Papa,
for
sorry
sure
we
a
can't be there.
message. Yeah,
That's what I thought.
something.
And
Yeah.
I would have been that would have been fine. That would have been great. I wasn't even expecting that, but I was like, okay, get prepared for that. But it's probably going to be after these damn questions that they're going to ask
Hmm.
us from this audience. And I really freaked out about that and just let it go once we sat down with her because I'm like, I can't think about it. I just can't. I
Yeah.
can't. So we got through her. And then when we didn't stop a segment. She didn't say, hey, you're going to stick
She
around.
didn't.
And I'm
I
like,
was waiting for it. I was
me
gonna be like, yeah,
too.
that's my next answer. We were
Yeah,
told to say
right.
yeah.
Yes, yes, love to. Yes,
Yeah,
fabulous.
right.
And we didn't get there, and she immediately went into, so we just, you haven't seen him in a minute. And I'm like, what, huh? Like, because I watched it on and I'm like, when she says that, I start to go, what, huh?
The
Like,
wheels start to go because I
they
looked at you
do.
too and I was like, was I
Right,
right? Like, are they gonna come up on the screen?
right.
I thought they were gonna
Like
zoom in the triplets and the Australians and like all like,
to the
that's kind of
screens.
right, right, right,
That's what
right,
I
right.
thought. Yes.
And so I was like, oh, see, look, I told you so. But
Yeah.
then
Right.
they were there.
And she's like, so let's bring him on out. And I'm like, what is she saying? It just like took a hot minute to register. And when she pointed to the doors and those doors open, and I always remember on Ellen's set, the doors
Hmm.
open and somebody comes out. I'm like, what is happening? Like,
Yeah.
and that was just, I lost it. I was like, are you kidding me that these
Oh my God.
people are here right now for you and me? Like, for you and me to support us. You're kidding me that they're here. I
It was
could not get
crazy.
over it. Could not
I
get over it
You went to Jason first, right?
because he put his hands all
Yeah.
the way out. And
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
like,
yeah. He was
okay,
like, get
beeline.
in here. Yeah. And I saw Terry, so I hugged Terry first, but then I saw who did I get?
Then I got
I
Ben.
got Ben and Maddie. And then literally I was probably so annoying because the only sentence I could form is you're so tall. You're so tall. You're so
Oh,
tall.
and you know
Like,
what I kept saying? I can't believe you're here. You're all over the country. That's what I
yeah.
kept saying over and over again. Yeah.
I
So
haven't seen them since we went to Disneyland and
this
they said that
was
they were
10
around like
years. They were
12.
12.
Yeah.
So 10 years for you.
Yeah. Isn't that
And
crazy?
10 years for dad. Couldn't even believe it. And then when like you watched it on TV, I didn't know they had all the hugging that they were going to air all
Oh
that.
yeah. I didn't even know that Jennifer like was like come back over to the stage. Like
Yeah.
I didn't
Yeah.
hear anything. I was
Yeah.
like people
What
are
is
here.
right?
I'm overwhelmed.
It
They're
was
really tall
overwhelming.
humans. Like they're full grown humans. Like they're
They are
adults.
adults.
Like
Jennifer even said
drinking
that.
age adults. Like you could
Uh-huh.
go and like have a glass of wine and be like, "How's your life?" Like that
They
is
could. Isn't that
mind
crazy?
blowing.
Mind blowing. It was nuts. And
Crazy.
then when she brought everybody up, including our family from the audience, to take a family picture,
Yeah.
I never in a million years expected her to bring the four of them up on stage, which
No. Well,
never.
did you
I
look
thought,
at them? I looked at them. Did you
did
see
you?
them? And they were
They
all
they
confused.
they didn't stand up right away. Did you see
No.
that? She had to ask twice.
Did you see that they quickly edited that?
Yes, they
Because
quickly edited
like,
it.
yeah,
Yes.
because they were like, "Huh?" Like
Uh-huh.
I
Yeah.
saw like Kim's face and he like looked at Daddy. He's like, "Do we like what?" And
Right.
Amanda's like, "No, we go. Like,
Right.
let's
Amanda
go."
was like, we go.
Yeah.
Yep. I saw that. Yeah. Yeah. It was cute. I was like, oh my.
Yeah.
And Ashton comes down. They all got like a little close up. It was so
I
cute.
know. I didn't even know that Ashton was next to them the whole time. I couldn't see him because he was hidden behind people.
Oh, was he able to watch? Did he tell
He
you he
said,
could?
yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Yeah. It's cute. So
Yeah.
cute. My
So
gosh.
cute.
So weird. And then that picture was so nice
Oh,
that they
so
did that.
lovely. Yeah.
And then afterwards, probably nobody knows what happened afterwards unless we told them, right? That
Yeah, no,
we all went
we
back to
yeah.
our dressing room. Oh, here's a little part that we didn't tell everybody. The makeup room was right next to our room, our
Oh,
dressing room.
yeah.
And so that whole family, the Feldman family, was upstairs in a dressing room, but they had to
Mhm.
come down for makeup. So apparently somebody was kind of keeping an eye on our door to make sure we didn't come out of it when they were in makeup.
I have a theory. You know how many times people would come in and be like, "Do you guys need anything? Do you guys want
Yes.
anything?" I'm like, you guys were in here to make sure we didn't leave.
Yes. Yes. Because
Yeah.
literally it was the next door. It was right
Yeah.
there.
But
Yeah.
we shared a wall.
We did with
I
the
know, and
makeup room.
they told Terry he wasn't allowed to laugh while he's in there
Right.
because all of us would have instantly knew it was Terry.
Yep. Yep.
Just
Exactly. Because
so
he's from
funny.
North Carolina, Georgia, that whole area, and he's got a very thick accent. Everybody heard him
Yeah,
on TV, but yeah. Yeah. It was choreographed so well.
so
I,
well.
I had no idea that all of them would be there. None. And I was texting one of my friends and I said it was a complete surprise. She goes, "Oh, that's pretty evident by your
Yeah,
reaction." And I was
yeah.
like, Okay, because how do you react in something like that? Like you just react the way you react. Like you can't plan that. Like
No,
I was like, what? Yeah. And like I didn't want the makeup to get messy and the eye stuff to run. And I'm like, don't
I know
full on cry.
Jennifer offered tissues, and I
I
was just
took
like,
them.
oh,
I
you
took
did?
them.
Oh yeah, you did. You did take them.
Like,
You
oh
did
my
take them.
God. Yeah, it's
Well,
crazy, crazy.
and then the sweet part of it, so like they had gotten in the day before,
Yeah, different
but
times.
no one knew that. And so then we they were like, let's go get lunch, and there was like a place literally walking distance from the lot. So we went and we had this massive lunch, but then, was it just one of them? Yeah, just
Yeah,
one of them. Maddie
yeah.
had to leave
Maddie,
to catch
Maddie
her
was going
plane.
to the airport that night. Everybody else was going on a red eye, and then Terry was leaving the next morning.
Yeah. But it
Yeah,
was, oh my gosh, we were there for what, over an hour and a half?
easy,
Easy.
easy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Just
maybe
like
two.
talking and
Mhm.
catching up, and
Yeah, it was really nice. It was really
it was
nice.
so fun.
It was. It was one
Forever.
of those days that you never anticipate in your whole entire life that's going to happen because we're just two girls from Myriad and Placentia.
Yeah.
Like we're just we're just normal people. We seriously are. And for someone to go to that, that's a lot of planning on their part.
Oh
A
yeah. And a
lot
quick,
of
but what's funny is it's not, so while I think it was a quick amount of time, they knew for like over a month that they were coming.
apparently they did, but
Because
nobody,
yeah,
right.
but they didn't tell us, even though Terry messaged me every now and then, and he's like, I tried really hard not to talk to you.
Yeah.
It's like,
And he
oh,
messaged
okay.
me because I just said, did you ever talk? Did they ever call? And he's like, oh yeah, it went really well.
Mm,
Okay. And that's all I heard from him. Like, and I don't communicate with these people every day, every week. Like
yeah,
we communicate when we need to communicate or when we want to share stuff. And but we just always know that that family is there and that this family is here and that they'll do anything for each other if ever needed. And that
yeah,
we're always being cheerleaders for each other. And I got invited to all the triplets graduation.
I know you did.
I'm
Good
hoping I
luck
can
getting
go.
to all three.
I'm thinking maybe I could hit two.
I
I'm
know.
gonna try. I'm gonna try. We're gonna see. I said, please send me dates because I need to start planning now.
Yeah,
Like start planning now. Yeah,
yeah.
just a crazy. It was just a I can't believe it moment. I
I'm
cannot
still
believe
like,
that
I'm
this is
still like on
happening.
cloud nine from it. Like
Right.
it's just wild.
And the professional pictures that they sent us with us on the
Hmm.
set because we weren't allowed to take our own. And I was like, that, and I saw the guy doing it.
Oh
He
yeah.
wasn't a camera guy. And
He
he
was like
was
an actual
getting,
photographer.
yeah, he was actual photographer. And I was like, this is really interesting. Yeah,
Yeah.
a lot to take in, a lot to take
Yeah.
in,
No,
but
yeah. No,
good.
it was all great. And I mean, I don't even know how to
Whirlwind.
form words right now, but it's just
Yeah.
like I'm so happy
Yes.
that we
Uh,
were able to do something and shine a positive light on surrogacy. And
mm,
even one of like the stage manager, remember before we went out, she was like,
yes.
this is such an important topic, especially right now.
Yes.
Like the amount of things that we got while we were there was wild to me. Like I
Yes.
know that they probably thank everybody, but like it was just like it was like a different level because it has to
Mm,
do with like women's bodies and women's rights and like all these kind of
absolutely.
things.
Yes.
And so I was just so nervous on how we
Mhm.
were going to be portrayed and
And
like,
recepted and
and
recept
yeah,
recepted
exactly.
or how we were
Received. There you
received.
go.
Mhm,
Yeah.
that's it.
Because there's a lot of different ways that you can describe surrogacy. There's a lot of different things that you should talk about. Like,
Yes.
we had 5 minutes to talk about the quick, like,
Right.
this is that and this is that.
So let me ask you a question because you follow the social media a lot and you're the one who posts on there and you will do all that. So what has the community been saying
Oh
about
God.
not about like the emotional reunion and all that, just about
Well, that's a
what we were
lot of it, but that's
uh,
fine.
just about what we
I
were
love
able
your mom's emotions. I'm like, oh, yes, yes, yes.
I
Alan's the
know.
emotional one. It's
All right.
fine.
But what we were able to convey and say,
Yeah,
do
no,
they think we hit it? Do they think we
I haven't heard a negative comment. I mean,
okay, cool.
everybody has said you guys did a beautiful job. You guys did a
Okay,
wonderful job. Thank you so much for doing this. Like,
great.
we're so happy that like a positive light has been shined on,
Yes,
surrogacy. It's everything. I'm like, it's kind of like a,
yes,
okay, good. So we did it right. We did it good.
yes,
We did it in the way that it needed to be done,
yes.
and good.
We
I
can feel
couldn't be
proud
happier.
about it. We can feel 100 so proud about it. And I do. I was so proud to share that moment with you. And I did say
Yeah.
that in a post. Who gets to do that, Kennedy?
Us,
Who?
Ellen,
You,
us,
apparently.
us, because we are so twinning. It's stupid.
What
It's
does winning mean? Wait a minute.
it's
Three surrogacies like that?
just life in
Oh,
itself.
okay.
You went on Love Connection. I
Yeah,
went on Love
right.
Connection. You've been a surrogate 3 times. I've been a surrogate 3 times.
We keep in
Like,
touch with our second families. I had a
yeah,
son first. You had a son first. Like,
yeah.
it's
It's
a
just,
lot.
it's too much. It's too much of the twinning. I need my own life.
Then
I'm
go
just,
have it.
it's fine. No, but real quick, just like a fun little side note. The I was talking to Jason and Terry and I was like, "Did you guys I don't know if you guys know. Also, they totally shared pictures of when I was like 8 because that's how old I was when you were pregnant with the triplets.
Did they
They
share it
they
on?
shared it with the Kim. No, they shared it with the Kim about me doing all these. I
Oh,
was
it's
just a
all this
funky
when
little
you were doing
girl.
something with your
Yeah, yeah,
nose
let's
all
not. We
up.
don't have to relive it. It's fine. But anyways, yeah, I was a funky little person. But I thought it was interesting because my son is now 8. So
Yep.
my son's the age I was when I met them.
Yes.
Isn't that crazy?
It's insane.
It's just
Insane.
the parallels of life are just so
It's bizarre.
wild.
And we matched when we said we wanted to work with one another. You go, yes, I want to work with you. It was on the Jewish holiday Rosh Hashanah, which was in September. So it's very close. It's our like very close to our anniversary when we said we'd
Oh,
work together.
cute. Yeah.
Yeah, 23 years ago. Uh-huh.
Crazy.
Nuts. Yeah.
Just crazy. But yeah.
Just I still can't believe that all happened. I can't. It's so
Yeah.
weird.
No,
So
I know.
weird.
But it was,
It's
oh my
such a
God.
good weird, but
Yeah.
yeah.
What a moment to live forever. Like to
Yeah.
remember forever. Like
And hopefully it's the Kickstarter maybe
that's what
for
I keep saying. So
right
I'm
for
like,
others to be able to
yeah.
share maybe or get a
Yes.
light put on it. Yeah.
Because as grateful as we are for the opportunity, like, we're
Grateful.
not the only people that talk about surrogacy. We're not the only people that shine positive lights on it. So
Yeah.
I'm just hoping that this
Open to them.
is the kickstart to more conversations, to more positive stories showing up in the news or,
Right.
just everywhere. It's just like, these are the stories. Like,
Right.
pay attention. Look at how freaking happy that was. Like, look at how emotional. Like, there wasn't a dry eye in that. Like, well, maybe there were. I wasn't paying attention
Yeah.
to people, but the people that were surrounded by us, there was no dry eye.
Yeah.
Like, it was really, really touching. And
And
that's what surrogacy is.
I had people three actually that live across the country and they watched it at different times during the day, right? Because
Hmm.
we're in California. And all three of them sent me reels of them. They videoed like part of it, and
Yeah.
you can hear them in the background sobbing.
Yeah.
I'm like, what?
Yeah. Because it's sweet.
It was sweet. It was a complete and utter
I was
surprise.
crying and I have no relation to these people. I mean, I do,
Yeah,
but I
but
don't. Like, I
they're
didn't.
part of your family. Come
I
on,
know,
they
but it's just, you know
they're
what I mean? Like, I'm the surrogate daughter
yeah.
who benefited so much from your surrogate journey. Like,
Mm, I
that's
know.
something that's not talked about because I think it's because I don't
Yeah,
think there's a lot of surrogates my age. Like, I don't think there's a lot of this. Like, you
there's
and me,
not a
there's
lot of
not a
this.
lot of this.
Mm-mm.
So, not saying
Not
that there
yet,
has to
anyway.
be.
Not
Yeah.
yet, anyway. Maybe
Yeah.
in the future. Yeah,
Well, yeah, because like look at how many girls are doing surrogacy now. So like when their
right.
kids get older, and it's like if you actually are lucky and you actually do get that connection and bond with that family, then it's like boom, like
It that
look what you have to look forward to.
and
Like it's just
you did put something on social media. This is surrogacy.
yeah,
This is what it is. It
yeah,
is. You can have these relationships
yeah,
decades later. You can have them.
yeah,
And people fly across the country to come and support you
yeah,
because what you did for them and how
yeah.
close your families are.
Mhm.
Like that's it. It's surrogacy at its genuine best. And
Yeah.
I'm so grateful to have been a part of it then and a part of it now and to have that whole thing play out. And we're just simply pure and beautiful.
Mhm.
It really was because
Yeah.
I just couldn't believe they came all that way. I like what?
It was crazy.
Yeah,
It was
it
crazy.
was.
I
It
know.
was. I could
I know.
talk about that for days, but it's
I
fine.
know. But
It's
yeah, but we just wanted to share the experience because I keep getting asked like, how was it and how was
yeah,
this and how was that? And so we figured we would just share about it. And that
yeah,
honestly though, and I've said this to people who have messaged me, but none of this us going there would not have been possible without each and every single one of you because
Absolutely.
you're the podcast. We're just the hosts
Yep.
and you're the stories. You guys
Yep.
are the ones who we talk to. You guys are the ones that it's you, it's you. We do this podcast for you. So,
It's the community
yeah.
that that helped us get to where we are. By means
Mhm.
we're not, all over the country. Like who knows? I'm hoping people now will come and watch. And I've had people went on and posted that, just my friends, just that said, if you're struggling, if you don't
Yeah.
know where to turn to, go and listen to their podcast. And by the way,
Mhm.
they have a book and they
Yeah.
put the link.
Yeah. We have a book
Like,
to help explain it to your children.
right. Like, I don't know. This whole podcast and book has been a work of heart as well,
Yeah.
right? I mean,
Oh, we
we put a
know
lot
it.
of time, sweat, tears, a lot of stuff into this.
A
And that
lot.
whole culmination of being able to share the community's journey on the Jennifer Hudson Show felt like we were seen,
Hmm.
felt like not just we, you, me, and Kennedy, the surrogacy community
Yeah.
was finally seen for really what it could be and should be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A hundred
Mhm.
percent.
Yeah. I'm very grateful to Jennifer Hudson. Very, very grateful to everyone there and their staff. So thank you. Thank you. If you guys watch this, thank you so much because it was
Yes.
lovely.
Absolutely. Yeah. It was once in a lifetime. So
Oh
thank you. Yeah.
my God. Okay.
All right. Well, we are still taking a break
Yeah.
for the rest of the year. This is just a
Okay.
whoops. Um so yeah, but if you guys would like to be on in 2025, please feel free to reach out to us on Instagram at Stop.Sit.Surrogate, or you can reach out to me at my email at Stop.Sit.Surrogate@gmail.com. Um yeah, we will miss you guys. We hope everybody has a wonderful holiday. We'll still be on social media doing things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's been another edition of Stop, Sit, Surrogate with Kennedy and Evelyn, the Jennifer Hudson Show.
Oh, yeah, like it. Oh, bounce the bounce. Okay.
Thanks
Bye,
for your
guys.
support, guys. Bye.